What is up, you movie collecting maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and it is time for another Quickie movie haul video. I've kind of slowed down on buying. I still have a huge pile, but I've slowed down on buying because I'm actually in the process of getting a house, and this whole setup is going to be different in the coming month, I guess. But yeah, things are changing. On the channel, as in, well, in my personal life, but we got to keep doing these Quickie movie haul videos, and yeah, so let's just get right in on it and show you what I have for this one. First up is a movie I probably triple, quadruple dipped on. I'm updating it to 4K Ultra HD, but I'm just hoping it's a even better transfer than I have on all the previous ones, just because it is one of my absolute favorite movies. Watch it constantly. The movie is Labyrinth, and of course it's got David Bowie in there with Jennifer Connelly in the lead role as Sarah, going into the labyrinth and meeting all kinds of crazy weird creatures. But like I said, I've owned this on DVD, Blu-ray a few times, and now I got it on 4K. But yeah, I pretty much already had a digital download of it too, so I have a digital version of it and everything in my digital collection. But looking forward to checking out. It's the 30th anniversary of the movie, so can't get enough of it. I think it's one of Jim Henson's best. Just really an amazing movie from beginning to end. The craft put into it is just unparalleled to anything we've ever seen since, and just a fantastic movie to get lost in the fantasy. Great music too. Creature design, I could go on and on and on forever. It's just one of my favorite movies of all time. So many memorable lines and scenes and songs. Just an awesome flick. But yeah, I figured I would upgrade it. If you believe it or not, $7. Got this for $7. How's that even possible? But I couldn't pass it up, and I couldn't pass up its little buddy. Another classic. Same team put this one together. It is The Dark Crystal. And with this sweet baby, I actually did get the digital code, and I didn't have it in my library already for some reason. So now I've got that in the collection right next to Labyrinth. But this is a fantastic film. I've mentioned it numerous times in the past, especially since Netflix had that series. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it was a prequel to the actual film, Age of Resistance. But and I have that one too in the collection. I ended up grabbing that one up. But great film, way ahead of its time, because nobody really knew what the hell to think of it. And the original version was going to be even more out there, where there was no English language spoken. I think it was all through a foreign language or tongue throughout the whole thing. And I don't even know if he was, I'm pretty sure he was going to do subtitles. But yeah, that's a crazy premise already, with these kind of all these creatures that inhabit the world are puppets. Not one human being is in the film. So yeah, that would have been a trip. Maybe someday they'll have a version of that out there, but who knows? I doubt it. But yep, The Dark Crystal on 4K. And like I said, just like the Labyrinth, I own so many different versions of this, it's not even funny. But I think I'm going to be satisfied with this, because I think 4K is pretty much as far as you really need to push anything. I don't even think you really need 4K, but I'm just hoping that the transfers on this edition and the other one are just a little bit better, because I'm trying to preserve, I've said it before, preserve the best quality of each film into a collection, like a big huge digital collection. So I'm going to get going on that one pretty soon. But yep, The Dark Crystal, another Jim Henson classic, fantastic film, and $7 like I said. So for two of these awesome movies on 4K was $14, so I couldn't pass it up. I could not say no, could not resist. But let's move it on to something completely different. I've never actually seen this one, but I've seen a whole crap ton of this guy's movies. If you know anything about the name, Andy Sadakis, I don't even know how to say it, Sadakis? Andy Sadakis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But he's got a whole bunch of these kind of action, hot chicks with guns movies. I think I have every single one. I think this was the last one I was holding out for, and I finally picked it up to put it in my Sleaze Action Collection. It is Day of the Warrior, and I think this is one of his later efforts. The earlier ones are really fantastic. A Hard Ticket to Hawaii is probably my favorite, just because of the over-the-top scenes in there. The characters are actually really good. It's an interesting flick to see. But definitely recommend that one. That's probably my favorite of his. And then, I mean, all the other ones are kind of varying in quality, but I have no idea about this one. No clue. But yeah, it's in the collection now, so deal with it. But yeah, Day of the Warrior. And I don't even think, yeah, there was a digital code, but it was for some other app, and I'm like, I'm not grabbing it up. Whatever. But let's move it on to something completely weird and strange. It's one that I've watched on Monday movie night, and I watched it again recently for some reason, because I didn't know that I saw it before. Then I ended up picking it up recently, because it's a very, very low budget film with a one-time filmmaker who brought a whole bunch of people together, I guess, during college to fund this, and they just threw it all together. It's very atmospheric and very strange, very slow-paced, but has some awesome clay animation kind of work at the end. It's just a strange movie because, you know what? It's called The Strangeness. And, yeah, it lives up to its title completely. But, yeah, it's pretty much just these people go into a mine and they're attacked by a creature, and they pretty much get sealed in the mine, and they can't get out. They're trapped in there with this thing, so they got to fight to survive. And that's pretty much the gist of the film. Not really a big in-depth story, but like I said, it has a hell of a lot of atmosphere. Acting is pretty good for the most part. I mean, these are real no-names. But yeah, The Strangeness, the tagline is, "It'll grow on you." So it's like a weird amoeba kind of amorphous blob style creature. It's very strange. It's hard to describe, and I'm describing it poorly. But yeah, and Code Red one, they put this one out. This is a reissue because they had rights to it a long, long time ago. But yeah, I picked it up because they always kind of go pretty pricey when they go out of print. But grabbed this one up at a very, very reasonable price. But The Strangeness, first time in the collection, because I have never owned that one previously. But the next one up is a curious one because I watched it a long, long time ago when it first came out. This one came out in, I don't know. I want to say it was like no way was it 2009. It was around the late 90s. Because I remember, because my family had an illegal cable box, we could get pay-per-view whenever we want, and I believe this one came up on it when it came out. So I'm thinking 98, 97, 99, around that time. But I watched it, and I didn't really enjoy it that much just because it was more of a known cast. It wasn't like an underground kind of horror film. Had really big stars in it, but love the actors. So I'm going to give it another chance because, hell, I love Jack Nicholson, and that's the star of this film. It is Wolf. And this is a play on the kind of werewolf tale of a guy who changes into a wolf. And, of course, that's Jack Nicholson. And he is tormenting. Well, he's falling in love, and then she's kind of mixed up in this whole thing. Michelle Pfeiffer. So, awesome pair of actors there. So, I don't know. I mean, that was a long time ago. I was 18 or 17, so I've seen so many movies since then and have a greater appreciation of all genres across the board. And yeah, I'm thirsting for new, well, not new, but just new to me, Jack Nicholson performances, because he is a sorely missed kind of performer. Hollywood has never been the same without him and his presence. So really looking forward to kind of checking this out with new eyes, because I remember a few scenes like him in the courtyard changing and stuff like that, but nothing to actually write home and tell you I saw it. But yeah, Wolf, great cast. That's a guarantee, but I'm gonna have to watch it again to kind of get my full in-depth view of it. But really looking forward to checking it out. Wolf, first time in the collection as well. I got a lot of first times. But here's another first. This one's a classic black and white film, 1942. But I have never seen it before, and like I said, I've been collecting like crazy, the black and white films of the 40s and 50s and 60s. And they've been coming out a lot in different various formats and distributors putting them out. But in this one, this particular instance, Kino Lorber put out a beauty. Well, it looks like a beauty. It is the Undying Monster. And this one looks like a lot of fun. Like, I want to check it out. Like I said, I've been on a kick lately of just black and white horror movies from those eras. And this one looks right up that alley, so I'm going to walk down that alley and watch this movie. But the Undying Monster, I don't really know much about it, but it's probably that typical guy turns into a creature, just like Wolf, and kind of just goes crazy, and he's got a love that he's after or protecting or whatever. It's always kind of a similar kind of storyline. But the Undying Monster looks fantastic, and I don't even really know if there's any known people in the cast. I kind of just grabbed it from the different stills I've seen and the poster art, and I'm like, I'm sold. So 40s horror film for you, the Undying Monster, first time in the collection. But let's move it on to a movie I actually reviewed recently. This is before I got the copyright strikes, and this one's sleazy as hell, so I don't know what YouTube was thinking when they missed this one. But it is Frankenstein 80, all kinds of crazy over-the-top Euro sleaze horror flick. Really awesome movie. If you want to know more about it, definitely check out the review. I pretty much run down everything about it, and you see all the visuals, and you can get a good flavor of what this movie's like. I love the hell out of it. Love that I have it in the collection now because I've never had it previously. But it's a cool, interesting take on the Frankenstein tale. Just with an added bit of sleaze, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But it is an early 70s movie, 1972. An Italian flick, and just really crazy and over the top. Love it. Love the music. Just love the bizarre quality of it. But I guess that's 70s Euro cinema. But Frankenstein 80, definitely recommend it, and I definitely recommend you checking out the review on the channel because it's a fun one. But let's move it on to a double pack from, I believe this is Vinegar Syndrome, yep. It's a two-packer, and I've seen one of the movies, but I haven't seen the other one. The first one on it is Slaughterhouse Rock. It's a decent enough movie. I saw it on Monday night with the guys, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but it's not one of the most standout 80s rock heavy metal films. But then there's also on here Hard Rock Zombies, and I have not seen this one, but it looks like it's a whole bunch of kind of low-budget fun. And yep, it comes in this kind of double pack here. And the rundown on the films, and you got both of them on 2 discs right there. So yeah, it's a nice little double feature. Like I said, Slaughterhouse Rock isn't the best example of that subgenre, but it is fun and enjoyable. And Hard Rock Zombies just looks like a blast. It is. The tagline is, they came from the grave to rock and rave and misbehave. What a beautiful lyric. But, yeah, looks like fun, so I'll have to check it out. But both of these movies are going to be first time in the collection. Because, well, I don't even know if Hard Rock Zombies had a release, but, Slaughterhouse, if it did, it was out of print, because I have never come across it. But last but definitely not least is, I think this is the final Giallo, Forgotten Giallo box set, Volume 4, that I have yet to add to the collection, and now it is there, so I have the complete set so far. I don't know if they're going to come out with more. But, yep, it is the Forgotten Giallo, Volume 4. A very handsome set. There's nothing lewd there, right? Alright, that's pretty badass. But the movies on here, I don't think I'm familiar with any of them. I don't think I've seen them. But the first one is Sister Ursula. There's nothing naughty there, right? I keep forgetting to... No, it's clean, it's clean. Sister Ursula, the sister of Ursula, to be precise. Arabella, Black Angel. I gotta double check these damn things. Arabella, Black Angel. And then last is The Killer Is Still Among Us. But, yeah, these are 3 movies I've never seen before, so kind of interested to see what they're all about. I mean, all the other sets are pretty solid with their varying degrees of quality, like in the film, but they're all, you know, must-haves in the collection if you're like a big Giallo fan like I am. You can't really go wrong with any of them. Even the kind of most boring one still has some qualities to the genre that really make it special. So I'm always open to any kind of Giallo film. But Forgotten Gialli, Volume 4, finally have it in the collection. And yeah, it's good to have it here. But it looks like that's going to be it for this one. But is that a, yeah. But yeah, like I said, there's going to be some changes sometime in the next month, November, probably the end of November, I think, is when we're going to get everything moving and stuff like that on the new house. But that means I got to get a whole new movie room together with shelves and things like that and get space for everything. But yeah, it's going to be a project. And like I said, I'm going to have to scale back on buying movies because I kind of went overboard the last couple of years where I spent a lot of money on stuff. But I think I have enough that I can keep the channel going with fresh content because there's so many things I have not reviewed yet and so many things I haven't gone over, new movies. And yeah, just there's always something to do. But guys, hope you like this video. Hope you like what I'm doing here. And if you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next Lucid Nightmare. Now get the hell out of here, and I'm going to go watch another movie. So get on out and get